last in this round, on behalf of EFD, William Dartmouth.
First of all, I'd like to add my thanks to everyone else for the Commissioner for attending this meeting and expressing himself with his customary precision and clarity. I'd like to I'm going to ask two questions on non-related issues. One is to bring up the thing about your comments on the UK. The context of it is that since the UK joined the European Union in 1973, our cumulative trade deficit is over 538 billion sterling, which is 1,000 billion euros. This was a figure that I gave in a speech in September. We're now in May, so we can be sure that the cumulative deficit has increased since then. So what you said in the UK, it would be good to clarify if that was simply a personal prediction on your part, sir, or were you speaking in an official position as a Trade Commissioner, or were you speaking on behalf of the Commission as a whole? And whichever basis in which you were speaking, is it actually your prediction, and it is a prediction, we're talking about hypothetical terms in the future, that if the UK did leave the EU, and I'm just trying to elicit your view, that the UK would not have the same or similar free trade FTA that was, for instance, along the lines of that has been signed with Mexico and South Korea and is contemplated for Colombia and the rest. My second question relates to solar duties. Duties, I've called it solar duties. It's duties on solar panels manufactured in China. According to today's Financial Times, not only does Germany object, although seemingly German MEPs don't object, which is another story, but 14 member states object to this initiative on your part, for sure. And the Financial Times even says that 17 member states object to this initiative. And I'd like to ask, sir, if you think that in the event that over half the member states object, and a majority both in numerical terms and in a population, does that, in your view, give you the moral authority, I'm not talking about legal authority, does that actually give you the moral authority to launch a campaign of punitive duties against Chinese goods, which could be up to 47%? This is also described, and can you confirm that this is an own initiative, that this initiative has taken place without any approval from the member states? I mean, is it not, in fact, sir, what a British barrister would call in a court of law a frolic? It doesn't have any assent at all from the member states. And I would also just remind you, sir, that every law has every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's meant to be a law of physics, but it's also a law of politics and it's also a law of trade duties. And there are, for example, businesses in my constituency which have significant businesses installing solar panels which will be killed stone dead should these punitive duties actually be enacted. So they're not just jobs in manufacturing. So by saving jobs in manufacturing, you're likely to destroy jobs in installation and distribution. Can I perhaps also, I look forward to your comments on that. And thank you, sir, for your time and graciousness, as always, in listening to the points that have just been made.
Thank you. And now, second round for the remaining requests.
So I think I can say what I think about British politics because you're a member of the European Union, no? And this is not necessarily the opinion of the college. I didn't speak on behalf of the college, but I think at least privately most of my colleagues would agree to that. No? But that's not the point. I mean, and whether I say it as a commissioner or as an individual, you believe in free speech, huh? I hope so. Huh? What would you be in this parliament without free speech? Huh? And whether we would make a free trade agreement with the UK, I mean, That's not the point. Huh? You are a member of the European Union. Huh? That's what you are. I hope and I don't think that you are going to leave. So then why to discuss about a hypothetical question when there are so many other real questions that still have to get an answer? I'm also learning a new word, frolic. My assistant Elena explained me what it was about. It's a dance, no? Isn't it?
No,
No? Does she like dancing?
No.
She says it's une danse frivole. Oh, very nice. So frolic. And then Lord Dartmouth, the moral authority. That I like even more that language than the one by Mr. Campbell. So, but I'm not really disturbed about it. Okay, then Mrs. Keller. On telecom, well, what we have been doing is taking a decision in the college, in principle, that we are ready to go for it. No? And the procedure on solar panels, it's a procedure on the basis of a complaint. It's not an own initiative. It's on the basis of a complaint, by the way, of mostly German companies. Whatever. The procedure on telecom would be an own initiative procedure, so the college has agreed in principle to do this, and they have agreed unanimously on that. I think that has also its importance. It was a unanimous decision, and without pressure, I can assure you. Now we will have to see. We are giving the Chinese additional time to come to a negotiated solution. I think that is possible, but it's up to them. And if they don't, then we will have to activate that procedure. And let me say one more general thing, you know. This is an important debate with China. I think it is the most important debate on trade for the time being, except maybe for the one with the United States, but that's of a completely different order. That's not a quarrel, you know. It's not a dispute that is trying to work together for the future. But this is a crucial debate with China. Because what it is really about is whether when China starts competing, and it's their damn right to do so with us, whether or not they will have to respect a level playing field. That's what it is about. It's the case with solar panels, it's the case with mobile networks, and it's in fact the case with all the industries that they have earmarked in their last 5-year report as being crucial for them. And they have the right to be of the opinion that they are crucial. And they have the right to compete with us. But they should respect a number of rules. And that's what this debate is about, you know. And the member states better think about that before voting.